Chris Chan for KaijuPod.com, where today we're playing Callie's Caves 2. First there was Callie's Caves 1, and now there is another one of it. Callie's Caves 1 was interesting. It was one of those things. I got sent a code by a random Twitter hookup. It was like, hey, I made this game, it's free, check it out, let us know what you think about it. And it was a very, very lo-fi, very kind of shonky looking, sort of labyrinthine puzzle game that I wasn't expecting to like, and then it turned out I liked it an awful lot, despite its kind of lacking presentation. And now there's another one of that where it seems he's fixed the presentation, so it actually looks pretty cool. You got Callie here, who's now a sort of lovingly rendered 16-bit style sprite. Actually, it doesn't look perfect, but it looks pretty nice. And I'm gonna sort of shuffle around on the map here and head to where I was before. This is just before the first boss in the game, so you can see that. The first boss, actually, this boss is really super easy because I've got a powered up shotgun and I can move out the way. But the actual structure is the same as the first Callie's Caves game, which is to say, kind of think non-linear platforming, not really in a Metroidvania sense, but more in a kind of, I don't know, Commander Keen kind of, mid-90s DOS platformer kind of way, and that's what you're thinking, that's what you've got here. You are sort of running around. The story is that you're trying to rescue your parents, and you do so by killing a shitload of animals and stuff. And I'm going to run through here, and periodically you'll get new weapons and stuff, like this assault rifle. So now I have 3 weapons to deal with: kind of a weak pistol, a shotgun, and now this auto-firing assault rifle. And what you want to do here is continually level up your weapons so that they can take out more stuff. So there's kind of RPG-light elements to it. You have an overall experience bar, and also your weapons have XP attached to them as well. So it's kind of prompting you to use weapons more and experiment with them so that they become more powerful. You've also got a sword, which is a bit more useful than it was in the first game because you can deflect projectiles with them, but I'm not particularly good at doing that, so usually I just shoot the gun. Virtual controls, which I'm trying to remember what they were like in the first Callie's Caves game. I think they were a bit more solid in that than this. A couple of times I might miss the right button when I want to go right. But they're solid enough. They're decent. They're a decent way of controlling the game. It doesn't get too. You don't trip over your thumbs too much to the point where you die, so that's cool. Occasionally you'll meet this guy. He is your guide to this experience. He plays a guitar, hangs out. There we go. So he just he does tutorial stuff. And yeah, you also have a means of leveling up because you're collecting coins every now and then. If you go into the store, then you can get all kinds of neat stuff, refilling health, being able to do triple jumps instead of double jumps, and they help you to get even more money and do better, basically. So that's good to have. And that's the game in a nutshell. The levels are pretty well designed. There's a couple of leaps of faith here or there, which I can't even remember. I don't think they were as present in the first game, so that's a little bit of a shame. But the levels that there are certainly a lot better looking than in Callie's Caves 1. It also, it also sounds nice. This was a thing I really liked, the music in the first Kaiju Caves game, and there's more of that music here. The only slight irritation is every time you pause the game, the music changes. So it's kind of, it brings to mind that just like the first game, it's less about creating a score, as there's a soundtrack with a collection of random tracks, which is they're all nice to listen to, but it would be nice if it was kind of a little bit more tied into the environment a little bit. I think while I'm sort of nitpicking, there's a few little weird usability things. I thought at first that there was no store to upgrade my character in this one anymore. Then I remembered you have to touch the icon of your character, which is the paws, and then you see, the options. I just kind of thought at first glance, oh, this is just the options menu, without missing, the store and the level select sections of things. So that's a little bit irritating. I thought at first, oh, upgrade my character, I'm going to hit the $ store icon, but that actually brings you to the sole in-app purchase in the game, which just takes the ads off the pause menu and gives you poison bullets and a few little bit more money, which I'd recommend getting, because here's the thing about this game: it's free. It's entirely free, and so it's difficult to kind of complain at all, because here's something that's obviously had a lot of care and attention put into it. It's a really nicely, really well crafted little platformer game, even more so than the first, which was also a surprisingly nicely crafted platformer game that's free. The only thing about it is a tiny strip of advertising at the top of the screen when you pause the game. It's the only concession to free to play that's in here. It's insane. The obviously something that's been put together in the free time. Obviously something that's not created for profit. But clearly something that's had so much love being put into it, and a care for attention and detail and all of this stuff. It's really great to see. But beyond that, it's you could sell this, I think, and once this is done, I will gladly hand over my 100 yen or $1 to get the little upgrades, and just to throw a tip this guy's way. It's amazing. This is comfortably something that's a lot better than... Oh, I fucked up there. I'd like your little game over jingle, Just a couple of little irks, sound-wise. But yeah, this comfortably outstrips an awful lot of paid apps out here, and easily outstrips a lot of the free-to-play bobbins that does come out on the App Store. It's, I kind of thought with the first Kaiju Caves, I had my expectations were incredibly low going into it, and they were blown away. And so with the sequel, my expectations were a good deal higher, and it's really good to see those expectations being met, despite the fact that there should be no pressure to meet them, because hey, it's a completely free video game that's actually really good. And I really, really strongly recommend checking this one out, because what's it going to cost you? It's going to cost you absolutely nothing, but I'd say play it, like it, and then throw it back this guy's way. Why not? It's really cool. It's Kaiju Caves. It's on iOS right now, and comes recommended from us at kaijupub.com. Chris Charlton for kaijupub.com. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.